Friends in Christ, Pastor Brian here. We've had a number of new folks joining us over the last few years, and their questions about St. John and how we go about our ministry here have led us to creating a series that we're calling St. John 101. In this series, we'll seek to answer some of your questions about basic things of ministry here at St. John. Things like, well, what is the prayer list? How does communion get set up and cleaned up? What happens to my Sunday donation once I give it? Now, while this will be an ongoing series, it starts in my pastor's thoughts today, but we'll continue it within the body of our e-news going forward. We'll also have it available on our website. So the question for today is, how does the prayer list work, and what is it? Now, you may have noticed at the top of the e-news or on the prayer wall at church a listing of people. That listing is the same list that I use in my prayers during worship each week. And you may have wondered, well, what is this list? How does someone get on the list or off it? And how should you, as a member or friend of St. John, use the list? Well, the prayer list is a listing of people who we have been asked to pray for, either by those on the list or by a friend or family member with their permission. And we ask that our members and friends add these people to their regular prayers. Now, we try and provide enough detail that you can be specific in what you are praying for them. If you would like yourself or a family member put on that list, just contact myself or the church office. You can do that by email or phone. The office is stjohnely@southslope.net. Mine is pastor stjohnely@southslope.net, or you can call 319-848-4510. Now, generally, we have 4 categories that we list members in, and each has an indication of what kind of prayer the person listed needs. The first are those living with cancer or other illnesses, and it's for those who are living with cancer or other illnesses. Now, when you're removed from this category, it doesn't mean the cancer or illness is gone. It's just that the need for prayer at that moment has eased. We've had a number of friends of St. John who have moved on and off this list for years as their cancer has gone into remission or has come roaring back. The second category are those in need of wholeness. Now, this category is designed for longer-term prayer for those who might be having a hard time with mental illness or distress, those with a chronic illness or disease. And it is for those who have a very specific and shorter-term need, particularly surgeries, back or shoulder. Now, unless it's recovery from a surgery, these folks often stay on our list for a long time as the chronic nature of their illness dictates. Thirdly are those enlisted in the military. Now, we generally rely on members and friends to let us know who belongs on this list, and we keep them there throughout their enlistment. And finally, we have home-based members and friends. These are members and friends of St. John who are primarily home-based or they're in a retirement community, and we don't see them often in person anymore. It's a way of remembering they are still part of our community, and for them to know that they are still part of our community. Now, if folks here wind up with an acute need, we do move them to another part of the list. Now, every 3 to 4 weeks, we check in with those who have requested that they or a loved one be on the list just to see how we can continue to pray for them. Maybe it's a possibility of moving them off the list. That's always a good day. That prayer list is available in the e-news. If you look top center just below the header, you'll find where the link is. It's also on the prayer wall by the restrooms here at church. Now, you can find a link to the e-news and the weekly announcements on the website if you don't already receive it. And we hope that you will make sure that these members and friends of St. John are in your own daily prayers. And we also hope that you will offer yourself, your loved ones or friends, to be placed on the prayer list as well when there is a need. In this way, we show one another the same love that God and Jesus has shown us. If you have a question about how something at St. John works, please let us know, and we'll seek to address it in future St. John 101 posts. God's blessings.